What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and it looks like some chaos over at Starbucks, of all places. And boy, what a convenient thing for me, be in the bean business. But that's not what this is actually about. It looks like over the past couple of weeks, Starbucks has talked about how there were 16 stores that were profitable that they were forced to shut down in Democrat-led cities, and the CEO got kind of outed on in this video conference call, basically admitting that like, look, these stores are making money, but my staff is not feeling safe to work, which makes sense. Some of the stuff you've seen, like in LA, the last couple of days, like these people just sitting in their cars and terrible things happening. It's actually nuts. But you saw this first article. This was a couple days ago. It hit July 20th. Wake up and smell the coffee. Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz slams woke leaders for abdicating their responsibility to fight crime, causing his chain to close 16 profitable stores because of attacks on staff, with more closures to come. I covered this the other day, but just as a brief oversight, you have this video, Ari Hoffman saying, exclusive today at internal meeting, Starbucks CEO said, Starbucks is a window into America. We are facing things in which stores were not built for. We're listening to our people and closing stores, and this is just the beginning. There's going to be many more. In two leaked video excerpts, the CEO speaking in an internal meeting shared by Ari Hoffman, Schultz said that he was shocked to hear that one of the primary concerns of their retail partners is their own personal safety. The reported disruptions include enjoying recreational things in the bathrooms, paying customers, and more often than not, members of the public who take advantage of the company's, quote, open bathroom policy, which allows non-paying patrons to use their facilities. Now, if you remember, a few years ago, Starbucks did this huge virtue signal about how that they weren't going to say, you got to buy a pack of gum to use our toilets. Well, now people are in there shooting up. Okay. As a result, bathrooms have in large part devolved into dens of debauchery, regularly used by vagrants and homeless to do terrible things and bad behavior, which is hilarious in and of itself. In the leaked video experts, the CEO said, in my view, the local, state, and federal government, these governments across the country and their leaders, mayors, governors, and city councils have abdicated their responsibility in fighting crime and addressing mental illness. Now, make no mistake about it, these are the leaders that Starbucks wanted. These are the leaders that Starbucks employees want. I doubt they have a big conservative contingent of employees, although maybe they do have a good chunk of veterans that work there. Not all veterans are Republicans, but that's neither here nor there, I suppose. We're going to have to refine, transform, and modernize many of the things we do to meet the needs of our customers in a changing operating environment. He added that demand for Starbucks by their customers has never been greater. Well, that's backfiring right now as employees are lashing out. Speaking of which, I don't know if you're currently paying $7, $6, $7, $8 for a coffee from Starbucks, but I sell coffee that is roasted to demand, super fresh. You're not going to find it fresher anywhere else. We have a decaf, a light roast, two different light roasts, a medium roast. Our dark roast is easily the most popular, or the flavored medium roast, which is a bourbon flavor. We also have a pre-order going right now for K-Cups for both a dark and a medium roast that we're getting all the infrastructure in to provide K-Cups. And we have 6 organic teas and 3 hot cocos. You can save 5% off all single orders with promo code TheQuartering. Also, cold bags, the cold brew bags, these are actually selling. They're hard to keep in stock. There's nearly 75-star reviews. Everybody absolutely loves it right now in the heat. It's going nuts. Oh, is that oh, look at that little German Shepherd puppy. I think that's a German Shepherd. Anyway, promo code TheQuartering, 5% on single orders, or if you do the subscribe and save 10%. That's all I'm going to say about that. Please do consider heading over and supporting the channel and read the reviews. It's excellent stuff. Starbucks workers accuse CEO Howard Schultz of lying after he shuttered 16 stores. Citing rampant crime in Democratic-run cities, employees claim he's closing several profitable locations, quote, in retaliation for union activity. Oh, not so very woke of you, Starbucks, is it? Labor leaders trying to organize Starbucks workers in, quote, woke cities across the country roasted coffee chain CEO Howard Schultz is charging that he stated he started a war against a union by closing 16 cafes because they're too dangerous to operate. The brew boss said that America had become unsafe in several left-leaning cities. Well, that's just a verifiable fact across the country as a result, and will close cafes in Seattle, Portland, and LA, as well as Philadelphia and DC, where crime rates have soared due to woke policies, including police cuts. Schultz warned that it's just the beginning of store closures and said that there would be many more as staff fear for their own safety amid a rise in crime, homelessness, and people with mental health issues. Union organizers, however, with Starbucks said that the coffee chief had another motivation entirely: to break the union. Howard Schultz has escalated the war against our union, Starbucks Workers United, by announcing the closure of several unionized Starbucks locations in Seattle and Portland. Now, here's what's interesting. Were they all unions? Nope. 2 of them were, as far as I could tell from the math. Here on our home turf, where we remain undefeated in union elections, Starbucks is targeting the 4th and Morrison store for closure, citing, quote, safety concerns. It's clear to anyone that has worked at Starbucks that the company doesn't prioritize our safety until it behooves them. That is making coffee really that dangerous? Maybe you should stay home and not go to Starbucks and get some delicious coffee brand coffee. Support the channel and own the haters. We filed for a union election and an equal voice in our daily operations. 4th and Morrison partners are awaiting election while Starbucks unilaterally announces targeted closures of the SBWU shops. We are pushing all legal avenues and working with our 4th and Morrison partners to make sure this escalation doesn't extend to our other union shops in Portland. So one of them, every decision Starbucks made must be viewed through the lens of the company's unprecedented virulent union-busting campaign, the union said in a statement. It is simply not credible for the company to argue that this was not a response to the growing union movement spreading across the country. Well, they have no evidence of that either. They're just saying it. And we just saw in the last 2 days a bar that opened up and was closed after just 4 or 5 days after the employees demanded equal ownership in the company, a company they paid nothing to build, a company they sacrificed nothing to exist in, suddenly demanded equal ownership. And then there was actually that coffee shop in Philadelphia that was open for like several years, and then the employees also demanded ownership. Why? Reasons? Again, all of this is because we're going through this like unprecedented good time for workers. And I think that, I mean, that's a good thing in general. It's good for employees to have choices, but it's not good to realize you have those choices and to overstep your bounds and to be entitled, because they're not always going to be good. When times are good, you shut your mouth, you take the best possible advantages and best possible opportunities you can. You switch jobs a couple times, find something you like, make more money than you've ever been making before, and then when things dial back, you'll be safe and secure. But these employees just are living on a different planet altogether. However, 6 LA Starbucks stores are scheduled to close down, have not, okay, so they say it's about the union, right? 6 of the LA area shops that are scheduled to shutter have not even launched a union effort. Starbucks officials have been adamant that safety is the underlying concern. In 2 leaked videos, we already know about that. The bathrooms are going insane. So like you have 16 Starbucks, which is not even that many, but the idea that he says many more are coming, you know, that's the interesting part of this. The closures were announced in an internal email sent to employees of the company Monday. The correspondent saw Debbie Stroud and Denise Nelson, both senior vice presidents of the chains of U.S. operations, cite questionable safety concerns in Starbucks stores in the aforementioned locations. The memo remarked how staffers at other stores across the country have experienced similar unrest as a result of their challenges facing their communities. It seems dangerous I think they should probably just stay home. People should just get their coffee delivered by a wonderful company. The officials added that with stores in thousands of communities across the country, we know these challenges can at times play out within our stores too. We read every incident report you file. It's a lot. The operations head wrote, "We cannot serve as partners if we don't first feel safe at work. Aside from the closures, which will see staffers at the store transfer to other locations nearby, the company said it will give staffers discretion to deny free access to the store's bathrooms." Uh-oh. rolling back, huh? Last month, Schultz said he sought to improve company culture since being appointed in April amid recent pushes from staffers to unionize, said the company was rethinking its open bathroom policy due to mounting safety concerns. Well, I would imagine that, obviously in big cities, look, and homelessness sucks. I don't have the answer to it, but, I feel like the amount of things that we're doing to help people is not enough. Maybe instead of sending like $10 billion to Ukraine, we could have, built some homes for these people. I don't know. I'm just a simpleton, I don't know exactly how to fix it, but you see these closures come as cities across the nation have seen a drastic rise in crime over the past few years, spurred by the lockdowns and recent soft on crime policies implemented by woke DAs who've sought to find alternatives to incarceration. Seattle, the city where Starbucks was founded, has seen a huge surge in crime since the start of the lockdowns, with cops already recording 302 incidents this year, a 75% increase from last year in lead injections, we'll say. In Washington, D.C., there have already been 93 terminations compared to 82 last year, a 13% jump. Robberies are also up at the nation's capital by 25%. I mean, why do you think this is? It's because there's no consequences for people. They get let right back out, they have no reason to worry about any kind of repercussions. First, he pushes woke nonsense, which destroys cities. Then he closes urban stores, which destroys opportunities, the fruits of leftism. That's right. I can guarantee you coffeebrandcoffee.com will never do that. Our only responsibility is to serve our customers. And, well, you can use your bathrooms at home. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.